number of people who shy away from adopting animals from a shelter. Well, my next guest is an expert when it comes to shelters. She has spent 10 years with the ASPCA here in New York City. You're an animal behaviorist. You are also on Animal Planet's Animal Precinct show, and she's done a DVD called Behave Yourself. Victoria Wells, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We should give proper introductions to this guy. Who is this?
This is my 15-year-old adopted dog, Bob.
Bob? How you doing, Bob?
You have to shout because he can't hear so well.
Bob's going deaf a little bit.
That's right, but we love him.
I like the CBGB doggy dress on him. It's very cute. Tell us a little bit about what you do at the ASPCA.
My job at the ASPCA is to work with the humane law enforcement dogs. They all come from really horrible situations. And what I do is I behaviorally rehabilitate them. So I evaluate them to see if they have any problems. And if those problems need to be fixed, that's what I do, and make them adoptable.
Okay. So, for example, a dog comes in that's wound up and pretty wild and everything. That's when they call you in and say, is this dog savable?
Exactly.
I mean, do you have to determine if it has to be put to sleep or not?
Well, at the ASPCA, we work with dogs that have problems. So first of all, it's my job to determine if there are any problems by putting them through a number of tests.
Okay.
And in an evaluation, we put them through tests to see if they're afraid of anything. We put them through tests to see if they're possessive of food. We put them through tests to see if they have any problems being handled. One of the tests that we do is we put down some food.
Okay.
And Bob loves his food here. Then we touch the dog with the fake hand because I'm not sticking my hand in there. Then we remove the food and see what the dog does.
With the hand?
Yeah, because it's better to save your own.
To see if they go after your hand.
Exactly. Now, some dogs, they don't care at all. They don't care if you mess with their food. But some dogs, they really guard their food.
So when you try and take food away from Bob, what happens?
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. So Bob is good with that. And that's good to know. You know, it's nothing that is unusual for a dog. Dogs guard their food,
sure.
And that is something that's perfectly natural. But you don't want a toddler to wander by a dog's food bowl. So we want people to know that right off the bat. Perhaps it's not the best match for a home with tiny, tiny kids.
Right.
Now, the next test that we would probably do is see what a dog does when you handle them, because it's something that's going to happen in a home. So you push them into a sit and see how they feel about that. Oh, Bob, he doesn't mind so much. He's a little jumpy, but he doesn't care.
Okay.
You know, some dogs don't like it, and they might turn around and snap at you. The next thing is you see what they do when there's a little discomfort. And I pinched his toes a bit. Now, some dogs, they'll pull their paw away. Some dogs will snap at you, and some dogs, they don't care. Their tolerance for pain is so high, they don't even know you're doing it. Now, we can hold its muzzle a little bit and see he doesn't like it, but it's no big deal to him. But then again, he's 15 years old, and he probably doesn't realize I'm doing it. So every test that we do replicates something that's going to happen in a home. So it's really for the dog's protection and for the people who are going to adopt them.
And then you can make recommendations like dog does well with elderly, dog doesn't do well with kids, and that's kind of how you determine that at the ASPCA?
Exactly. I mean, it's going to make the best match or find the best suited household for the dog, and it's going to make the people happy as well as the dog.
What are some of the other kind of outrageous things you've had to do in this profession?
Well, a part of the evaluation is to dress up a little silly, so we have to wear a sombrero and walk with a cane and act a little bit odd. And now you might say, why do you have to do that?
Right.
Isn't that torturing the dog? No, it's not, because we live in New York City, and you see it all the time.
It's a freak show here.
Exactly. You're going to see some odd people on the street, and believe me, there are some dogs that react to those things. So we have to present them with anything they might see out on the streets.
Wow.
So we have to present them with children, or at least a toddler,
Right.
toddler doll.
Right.
So we present them with a doll, we present them with somebody wearing a sombrero and walking with a cane. You know, they make me roll by with a skateboard. It's a dangerous job, but it's for the sake of it's for the good of the dog, so I do it.
I was actually surprised when I started doing PetStyle that you can get so many purebreds from a shelter.
Yeah, that's a common myth that you're only going to find mixed breeds. I love mixed breeds, and people should consider adopting them. But you can find any pure breed that you can think of, whether it's in a shelter or whether it's a breed-specific rescue. There's so many across the country.
There are breed-specific rescues.
For any breed you can imagine, there's a rescue.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's no need to go out and purchase a dog when there's any dog available to you.
What made you want to be an animal behaviorist? I mean, do you wake up one day and say, I want to do this wacky stuff?
Well, I've got to tell you, I was the kid who wandered up to strange dogs and kissed them. You know, I did everything wrong, went under tables with dogs chewing bones and got bitten. So I was the kid that loved the dogs. But, you know, you end up in a different profession. I was a musician, and you get tired of it, you know. And I found myself going through a behavioral internship program about 11 years ago. And I just sort of stumbled into this. And I found that the music went out the door, and in came the animal behavior.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
And they do give you unconditional love.
They do,
right?
And they love you singing to them. So I have the best of both worlds.
Do you sing to Bob?
I do. He can't hear me, but I sing to him anyway.
Throw out a tune for us.
Oh, well, you know what? My dog training DVD has my original music in it.
Perfect, which is a perfect segue into the DVD.
Exactly.
She's getting off the hook. You have to get the DVD to hear Victoria sing. It's called Behave Yourself. Tell us about it.
Well, this is a DVD that I created with my business partner, Lori Arkin, and it's really different from any other DVD because all the dogs in it are, number one, adopted or rescued. Number two, they are not trained. They're learning as we're filming it. So everything that they are learning is so easy that they're doing it while we're filming it.
Is almost like making a blooper as you go because you were just showing it
exactly.
unscripted.
And there are no bloopers, so that's how easy it is. It has kind of the rhythm of a workout tape. So people can do it with their dogs as they're watching the DVD. Huh. And it's their scenery that has to do with New York. You know, CBGB's is in it. And it's great. It's just a bunch of dogs that are essentially my friends' dogs who needed to be trained anyway. And there's great music. It's entertaining. And it's based in learning theory. And it's so easy.
So anyone who wants to train their dogs a little better than what they are now, or if they're not trained at all, Behave Yourself is a great DVD to pick up. Victoria Wells will entertain you as she trains you at the same time. So what a bargain. Thanks again, and good luck to you. Thanks.